This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, August the 4th, 2015. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at 1 p.m. this afternoon. We have a northwesterly flow over this trough that's digging in across the Great Lakes into the New England area. And a bit of a system over western Canada with a little piece going down into the northern Rockies. Could bring some showers and storms there. Could bring a little bit of activity in our far southwestern counties, but it's looking to remain fairly dry across most of the rest of the state. Highs in the upper 70s to lower and middle 80s across the state, with mainly sunny skies for the eastern counties, and that looks to even still be the case here as we move into Wednesday. GFS still brings a little bit of precipitation around. Best chances would be across the west and far southern counties, while the northern and the eastern counties look to remain fairly dry. Thursday looks to be the same story as well. System is moving in from the north and west. This will bring some showers and storms across the northern plains into Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, and some activity also to our south and east across the Ohio and middle Mississippi River Valley. And then that looks to stay the case even here as we move into Friday. Showers and thunderstorms will still be possible to our south and east and to our north, but very little around here. Temperatures will start to warm a skosh as we move toward the weekend, with readings mainly up into the 80s at that point. You can see a disturbance coming in here on Saturday that looks to bring us maybe a better chance of showers and storms Saturday into Sunday, but even those chances are fairly remote at this point, about 30% at that, maybe a bit higher. We'll have to see. We have plenty of time to watch it. But on Sunday, that system moves away. Temperatures still remaining in the upper 70s to lower middle 80s across the state for this weekend, with some sunshine around outside the rain chances. Going into the beginning of the new work week here on Monday, looks to be fairly dry. A couple of smatterings of activity around the area, but nothing we can really pinpoint at this point. Going toward next Tuesday, the 11th, you can see that ridge over the south, and that's going to be there for quite a while through the southern plains into the Four Corners region, the central and southern Rockies, and we're still going to be on the northern periphery of that, so that could keep us in a fairly active pattern, but there's not many active storms coming at us at this point, but this is still a week out and things could still change. Some activity across the east coast and the monsoonal flow continuing over the south and west. Going into the extended period on the 15th, we have that ridge beginning to shift more toward the south and west. That's still going to keep us on the northeastern side of this ridge with a west to northwesterly flow. That'll still bring maybe some activity around here, but it looks to be fairly remote at this point. The Gulf really isn't opened up for any storms to bring in any moisture, so it's only going to bring the moisture it has with it at this point, and it looks to be fairly dry if this is to be correct. Going to the end of the forecast on the 19th, the ridge still over the south and west, trying to nose into our neck of the woods. That would bring the temperatures up if this is to be correct. Big tropical system possibly off the southern tip of Baja California, but we know the GFS is known for having crazy hurricanes so far out, so we'll have to wait and see. Maybe a little bit of activity around, but it's fairly hit and miss, and timing it out this far in advance is fairly not very good at this point. Satellite image from last evening, we had a couple of complexes of showers and storms in the central and southern plains. A little activity across the mid-Atlantic into the north and east, and across the north and west, and across Florida and into the Carolina coast, but fairly quiet elsewhere. Watch Warning Map even says that as well. Some heat issues across the southwest, red flag warnings in the northwest, some flash flood watches across Texas, Oklahoma Panhandle, and across the Dakotas back into Montana, but fairly quiet elsewhere across the country at this point. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Saturday evening at 7 o'clock shows rainfall amounts around here could be between about a half to 3/4 of an inch. Some areas make it a bit less than that. The heaviest looks to be just to our south, where they could get 1 to 2+ inches.